Hi everybody, Chef Leonardo back. In this episode I'm going to show you how to do vegetable twirls, pickled vegetable twirls, and I'm going to show you how to make a nice pea puree and possibly a pumpkin puree and various other little tricks and things that I told you about in the last episode, just so that you know how to move forward with the little thing that I showed you last movie. The other thing I'm going to insert is a few more pre-plating ideas that could possibly help you in your next exciting plater for your guests. Shall we go? See you now.
Okay, guys, here we have. I've now got the water boiling, and the herbs are now going to go in. What you must be careful of is not to overcook. So what I have there is parsley, I have some oregano, and I have some Chinese radish leaves. So that is what's going to go into the actual boiling water. And don't forget your oil. The herbs are 60 grams, so it's 3 to 1. So the oil is 180 grams, don't forget. Okay, now the herbs are in, and you turn them around. Remember, do not cook more than 60 seconds. Up to 45 is okay. Between 45 and 60 all depends on the herbs. Herbs are very tender and gentle plants, and they don't have a lot of body. That's why they're small, always thin. 60 seconds. Don't ever go more than 60 seconds. You start losing the color. I'm almost ready now. I have a dish of ice cold water. You can have ice with water if you want it even colder, but for the little amount that I've got, I am satisfied with ice water or ice cold water. They look almost ready now. They've wilted very nice, so I'm going to place them into the ice water. They're looking quite good at this point. I haven't overdone it. As you can see, the color is still very dark, which is what I want. That's the nice color that actually blends within the oil itself. So I'll let it cool for a minute or two. Doesn't need to take that long. And next we are going to warm up the oil. Now remember, the oil warms up to 90 degrees. Remember not to overdo the oil. If the oil is too hot, you will fry the herbs and they will lose the color. They will go pretty bad. 90 degrees is like a soft oil boil, if you could explain it in easier terms. So now I'm going to get a thermometer, and I'm going to wait for the oil to get to the right temperature. You can buy yourself a little thermometer. It's not expensive. If you want to do this herb oil, then you need to get a couple of little goodies. It's not going to cost you too much money. I now squeeze all the water out, because you don't want water going into the oil, even though the oil is not going to be that hot. It still splatters slightly. Just waiting for the oil to get to the right temperature. It's nearly there, and in it goes. Now you turn it around constantly while it is boil frying, as I call it. It's not really frying because its temperature is under 100 degrees. Right, you swirl it around a little bit, make sure it's all loose so it all gets fried evenly. And also you do not fry it that long. The time limit for frying is approximately 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. Keep checking that your temperature is around 90, as long as you don't allow it to go over 100 degrees. As you can see, I've got a little gas cooker, and basically I have to monitor the temperature. When it's too hot, I turn the gas off, comes down, and I keep on frying to that point. Now it's all ready. Now I have to let the oil cool down, because the oil and the herbs go into the blender. Remember, you can't put very hot oil into a blender. It just needs to come down a few degrees. So what I am going to do, shouldn't do, but for the sake of this video, I am going to add a drop of cold oil, just a drop. Chills it down a few degrees so that we can blend it for you. Okay, it should be ready now to pour into the blender. Now when you blend, basically you have to do it for approximately 2 to 3 minutes. The reason for this is because you need to take out all the color from the herbs and force it into warm oil. If the oil was cold, you would never be able to do that. It would separate. But because you fried the herbs in the oil and the oil is warm, the oil is then susceptible to color. So now, as you can see, it's blended nicely. So now we are going to pass it through a very fine sieve. You can use the strainer at home, a normal strainer, but use a little porous cloth, very porous cloth. My fine strainer keeps all particulates, so only the oil will go through. And then you scrape it, or you move it around so that the oil can pass through the actual sieve. Now you can see that all the pulp remains behind. That you cannot use that. If you want to, it's nice. You can use it in a stew. There's nothing wrong with that. It's only herbs. But as you can see, the oil on the bottom is a nice color. And you let it cool down, and then you kind of bottle it, ready for when you want to use it. Just remember, if you put it in the fridge, it'll set because it's normal oil, that's why. Otherwise, you just leave it on a shelf or take it out an hour, half an hour before you're going to use it. Now, how's that? Nice color. Really nice. So what I'm going to do when it cools down, I'm going to put it in my little squirt bottle and show you exactly how nice it is. I've already squiggled a little bit on the plate, but I'll show you now how I pour it onto the plate. I like to use a very small little bottle with a tiny hole because you get nice definition. You can draw with it, you can make nice lines, and it's fun. See how easy it is? Very easy. Next we're going to do the ribbons, but for this section of the video, I think I've shown you basically enough for you to be able to do it at home. And this type of oil is nice for starters, all kinds of starters, cold cut meats, etc., etc. Right, ribbon time. I've chosen a nice large carrot, and as you can see, I have a large slicer, but I've just shown you a hand slicer. You've got one at home, a little plastic one maybe, or even use a nice wide peeler. That works exceptionally well, as long as you peel it slowly and carefully, and you get the same result in slices. Actually, a peeler will work great for you guys. I'm now going to slice a few slices very thin. I'm slicing it approximately 1 millimeter. Your peeler peels approximately 1.5 mil. It'll still work at that thickness. So I've now sliced a lot of fine slices of the carrot. It's a nice big carrot, so you get nice wide slices. We're going to take it to the next step. I'm going to move the equipment out the way soon, and I'm going to show you the cooking. Right, the water's on, and for the sake of the video, I'm going to prematurely put the carrot into the water. The reason being is I don't want to waste your time. You know that I'm going to boil it, so let's see how far it goes. Separating them, placing them into the water. The water's about 80% ready to boil. It's nearly there. And remember, don't cook for more than 1.5 minutes. Softer vegetables require only 60 seconds. Otherwise, it's too soft, and when you try to roll, they will break. Okay, now it's pickle time. So my vegetables have been in the pickle about 20 minutes, and you can leave it in longer, but I think 20 minutes is more than enough time for the vinegar and sugar and salt mixture to go into the carrot itself. Each piece you dry it off nicely, and you lay it nicely on a flat surface. And here I'm going to show you with the fancy skewer. This way I'm using one slice only, and bear in mind they're very, very thin. So if you wish, as I said to you in the sticker I showed you just now, the thicker you want your roll, you can stack them up, 2 or even 3. You get a nice thick roll. If it's cooked properly, they will stick and stay. Otherwise, you can use a skewer again. So this one is a very thin one, and the reason why I'm showing you is because it lies at an angle. You can see the skewer once I've put it in for you. Always cut the bottom off so that it can stand, but that's for the thicker ones. Right, I'm going to put the skewer. Bear in mind it's about 1/4 inch from the bottom, and your fancy pearl is up against the actual carrot. Snip it off the right length and snip the other end as well. It's too long. You just want it to look very nice. So once you put it there, it lies at a nice angle and it looks cute. So your guest picks it up by the skewer and pulls it off with their mouth. Fun, nice fun thing to do. Don't forget the pickle. I can remind you that the pickle is roughly equal parts sugar and vinegar, and then you add salt slowly until it's to your own personal liking. Now I've laid this time back to front, the wide end on either end, and then rolling it up. This gives you a slightly thicker roll. And also, again, don't forget, you cut the bottom off that it is ready. You make it straight, and this one stands because you have 2, but you can put 3 or 4. It's up to you, for the type of roll or garnish that you want to use it for. Right, we have our rolls now. Now we're going to play with some oil. I'm just showing you. You can do anything you want. I'm just playing the fool here. But these can work with oil, or you can stand them next to your protein as part of decoration for the protein, like I showed you in the previous video. And that's it. Hi, back. Okay, now I'm going to make a pea puree. So, all you need for this is some fresh garden peas, some whipping cream, seasoning, sieve, nice sieve, and a machine, be it a blender or a little food processor. Okay, so what I'm going to do, before I go any further, I don't know if everybody is aware, frozen peas are already blanched by the company. Never ever cook twice or cook again frozen peas. All you do is thaw them out in water till they're nice and soft, and you gently warm them with some nice butter and mint or something like that. Never cook frozen peas because they go hard and they're not very pleasant. Like this, you can see, they're very soft. So that's just a little tip. Okay, what we're going to do first is we're going to blend or process the peas, and then I'm going to put them through the sieve, throw the other bit away, and we're going to mix it nicely, add a touch of cream to get the density of the paste that we're going to make, or puree we're going to make. So I'm going to begin shortly. Okay, so the power's connected, we're all ready to go. So we take our peas. Remember, they're cooked already. Try that at home next time. Right, locked in. Excuse the noise. Don't like the idea of not cooking the peas. As long as you're going to puree them, it's okay to cook them. Just bring them to the boil end if you want. A lot of people believe, oh, they're not cooked, but for me, they taste much better this way. Try it out. Right, we're going to finish this off. As you can see, puree. The shells stay behind. Puree goes through. Okay. Right. Okay. There we have beautiful, smooth puree. Okay, I have ourselves a plate. And I'm going to do a little bit of one or two items. Take a spoon. Remember when you're dishing a plate, remember what I taught you, I'm using a round plate again. You can do it in the middle, or you can do it on the side. I'm going to do a couple of things, so I'm going to start on the side. You put it like that on the plate. Now, there's two ways you can do a straight line. Okay? You can do a straight line, or you can do a curve. So here we go. You take the back of the spoon, you place it at the end of your paste that you put down, and you do that. Now you make enough that you can practice. It's very easy. You do a straight. Let me do a straight one for you. Do a straight one. Like that. pumpkin puree, which I'm going to do just now, and then I'll show you as well. Now you take a little device like that, or the one I showed you in the first video with the zigzag. I'm just using a slightly different one now for you to see, like that. And then of course, when you plate your food, you put it across. You never cover completely. You plate your protein there and then your other things around. You see, it doesn't run. It's perfect thickness and it's really, really nice. If your peas don't work, buy yourself some fresh garden peas, cook them and then run them through your processor or your blender. Either way, when you pass it through the sieve, it'll come out nice and smooth. All the skins and shells stay behind and the pea itself comes through. So you've got yourself a nice little pea puree now to use and do many, many things. You can put it in a squirt bottle and make globulars. Maybe I'll show you quickly, 1 second. Okay, now I have, as you can see, put some in my little bottle. And this is for doing different things as well. If you have, for instance, your protein here running across that way, alright, you can make a pile. Let me show you. Just take that out of the way. You can make a stack, what we call a stack, like that, or you can make 1, 2, going down in size like that, stack like that, down in size, or you can do this. Sorry, I was close to the edge. Like that. You can do a 12 like that. My plate's getting full now. But you see what you can do with the puree. You can make all these different shapes with your puree. Now you can also make this with sweet potato, which is get a nice purple sweet potato, mash it up, add cream till it's a nice, put it through the sieve, and you add some cream and it becomes also a perfect texture. And you can do it with purple. But when you use mashed potato, it's more solid. But you can add cream until it's the right density, then you can do all of these things with it, and you can make high stacks with it next to your protein. You can put it in a piping bag and pipe little nozzles, little modes next to your protein. But there's all these things that you can do with the puree, which I've just shown you. Now we're going on to the next one. Alright, here we go. The machine nice and clean. I have 2 cooked pieces of pumpkin. The Thai pumpkin is very different to my home country, South Africa. We have that nice, beautiful, big white one, and it's really smooth. Butternut is also hard to come by. You can get it here. It's very expensive, but I've used the local pumpkin. So now, what we're going to do, I'm going to transfer the pumpkin into the blender, and we're going to blend it smooth first. Okay, here we go. Pumpkin here is a little stringy, so we have to put it through the strainer to keep all those little bits and pieces and the string behind. Don't forget to cook it really soft, because if it's slightly hard, you're going to struggle. Okay. Right, here we go. Excuse the noise. While I'm doing this, I add my little bit of cream, makes things go much easier. It's nearly done. Right. That is a very fine sieve, like our small one I used. It's nicely over the top. This is a chef's sieve you can use. Let me show you. You can use your home strainer, put it through twice, and it should be okay for you. But it's better to use a super fine one, but it will still work, so don't worry. There we go. Nice color yellow. Ask to pipe it over asparagus if you want, or under asparagus. Okay. I'm going to pass it through the sieve. See, it's gone through, but don't forget, it sticks there. Take it like that. Put this away. You can see, it's beautiful. If you want it slightly thicker, I'm going to take a little bit, put it in a piping bag and do something for you. Right, put this out the way. Here's my piping bag. Piping bags are very cheap, you know, so you can get one anywhere. This is heavy duty plastic, it's a baker's piping bag, really nice to use. Always do that. You put something in a piping bag so you can hold it like that and it can go in and you don't get any on the top. Now I'm going to put just enough. Right, like that. You work it down the bottom because I've only got a little bit, so now you've got it there. Now I will use that plate. Now you can put your protein in the middle. Just say, for argument's sake, the protein is in the middle. You can pipe next to the protein, like that, like that, like that. Then, put a little cream in the other one.
because there's different textures for different work. You know what I mean? So it becomes slightly lighter, different color, which is a nice thing. Take a spoon, put it there, like that, and you do that. Then, okay, I'm back. Now, what we're going to show you is pickled vegetable. I'm doing zucchini, or you can use cucumber, doesn't matter, and how to apply baby carrots that don't have stalks. You buy on the market, you go there, you can't get baby carrots with stalks, so you make your own. I'm just going to show you these few things. Right, for the stalk I've chosen today to show you is dill. Right, I have one already made for you to see. You put your cooked carrot next to your protein. Say you've got your protein here, you put your cooked carrot, and then I'm going to show you what you do. I take another carrot, you make insert a nice hole after it's cooked. Then you take your herb and you put it inside. Now it will be a little long and heavy, so you snip just a little bit off the top, and then you stand your cooked vegetable nice and proud next to your protein. Okay, next I have got two beautiful rolls, one cucumber, that's cucumber, pickled of course, and we're going to roll for you some zucchini. Let's move these over. These are so easy to do. I like to do that because it makes it look super nice on the plate. Okay, I've stacked two on top of each other to give more thickness. You can do one, that's one, cut very, very thin. I made a nice thick one now. Okay, now you can do this. Now you've got it rolled, you snip the one off, because that's what it does. After you've got it there like that, that's the nicer side. Now you take your skewer and you put it through right to the end, straighten it nicely out. Then you take your scissor or a cutter from your husband's toolbox and you snip that, and there you have that. All these can go around your protein. Say your protein is here, you can put your carrot there, you can put two here if you want, another color. You can do this with big carrots, you can cut very, very thin. I recommend that you can use the peeler, because the peeler will cut you about 1.5 millimeters, so it's perfect thickness. So if you do it carefully, peel a few slices off the carrot first, and then you do slowly, slice by slice, and then like I showed you before, how to cook the carrot, 60 seconds, take it out, chill it down, pickle it, roll it, and this is how you make your plate. You can do anything you want, you know, anything that you desire you can do. And of course down here you put your base, for instance like this. Let's move this out the way. Right. Now we're going to do that before you put your meat. You get your gadget like I showed you, with the big one and the thin one. So you do that, put it there, and you do that. Don't forget, clean. After you. Now you put your protein here. You've got to see a little bit around it, okay? So you put your protein over here, and then you can stand your vegetables anywhere you want, around your protein. And that's how you start building your plate, when you do something like that. And then you can go further now, and you can do like that. Like that. You build it around your protein. You can do anything you want. Play as nice as you want, as long as you got all your products ready to play with. You know, you can do anything there like that. And there's your protein, and then you've got your gravy. Serve it separate, or on top just a little, and have some on the side. So now you've got yourself a ready served plate. Sorry, I haven't got protein, but I'm doing this today. Protein is not. But in the future, when I cook something and present it, you will see me place the protein and all these little things that I've shown you around it. So this is like a 3D fun thing to do. How's that for you? Don't forget, that works well on your carrot. Don't get a carrot wider than what your peeler is. Your peeler, remember, it cuts about 1.5 millimeter, which is a perfect thickness for rolling also. There we have it. Okay, lastly, I'm going to show you a little smoked salmon salad that you can serve your guests. There's a nice little recipe for you. There is your ingredients. We have banana leaf, pea sprouts, pandan leaf, you can use anything, large chili, tomato, carrot, Chinese celery, frizzy lettuce, and of course salmon. I'm going to build it for you now. Firstly, take your banana leaf and you put it down on the plate. Secondly, you take your smoked salmon and you lay it nicely like that. You just start it. Don't let it go too much over your lovely banana leaf. You want to see it, you know. Right. Now, right. There is the beginning of your little starter. Now, take lettuce, put it behind that, like that. There you start. going to come behind the camera now so I can work properly. Once you've done that, you take your pandan leaf and it goes in the back. It's like a backing, you know, like that. You can use any leaf. Look on the market, you'll find any leaf there, no problem. I've now got a little bit of chili. Some chili is more for garnish, you know. Then I come next with my pea sprouts, lovely pea sprouts. I grow them in my garden. I love pea sprouts, they're really, really nice. There we go. Then strips of carrot cut from thin to a point, like that. Like that. Right, lastly, I've got my Chinese celery. Now, you remember I did my cucumbers. You can use them like that. There we go. See, looks good. And you can put one there. Looks nice and good. Now, what do you need next? You need some dressing. Got that there. You can use a little bit of my pea puree if you so wish. You can stand it here. And then you take a teaspoon and you can do something like that. Make sure you clean your plate always. And there's your little salad. How does that look? So easy, eh? You saw what I did. Do the tomato, you put the banana leaf on the bottom to give you uniform, and then you use fresh greens, lettuce, and all of that inside the tomato. The tomato you eat, everything else you eat, everything's edible on that plate. Hope you enjoyed this, folks. Hi everybody. Right, I've done my little salad, I've done my little twirls, I've done my vegetables, I've done all of the little things for you. I don't want to get too much at once. I hope you look at the video all the way through. And I haven't asked you yet to like, subscribe. It will mean a lot for me. I'm just starting out. I've got nice little things to show you. As you can see, really nice, smart. It looks really, really smart, but it is so easy to do, as you saw. It's really easy. And when your guests see it, they can't believe where's the chef, you know? You know, I am the chef. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to making my next video for you. Please come back again. Thank you. Ciao.
sweetest woman around. She's so sweet to my fantasy treat. Sexier than lingerie, strong as a serrated blade, smart as can be. You'll think she had a PhD. One look in her eyes and I'm mesmerized.